Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Unity Command Return episode, the Lower Dnieper. My apologies for it being delayed. Apparently I managed to mess up a bit, so I have to record the entire thing again, and of course then process and upload it. So my apologies, that was me messing up. My sincerest apologies. Hopefully though we shall get this up quickly, although this is going to be a bit of a longer battle. We're going lots of German divisions dug in. Alongside the Dnieper, we've got numerous SS Panzer Grenadier divisions, we've got the Großdeutschland, and we've got numerous veteran Panzer divisions as well. There's overall quite a bit, although I also got quite a bit. Let's see if we somehow can't manage our way through this. There we go, nice progress being made. Nice progress being made overall. Cutting a few supply lines here and there for a good measure. So that's overall looking reasonably impressive. Now hopefully I can sort of rather deny them supplies and hopefully make an assault on that easier. And of course we've got the main effort up here, which is really versus all of these SS Panzer Grenadiers. I would rather prefer went out of the way. Far away, in fact. Going to open things up here to sort of allow my troops to sneak a bit in. I want to suppress them with a quick airstrike, so I don't get caught up in any funny business, although apparently my tank core right there suffered a bit. Slight progress being made. Well, hey. There we go. Go, the K1's leading up there. Splendid, splendid. At least some kind of splendid. There we go. That's been breached. There we go, breached as well. Breached as well. I think I'll try and shift them up there. And then I'll see what happens here, keeping that in reserve to break up any or ease up a pursuit. So far so good, numerous penetrations, although there are a few stragglers here and there which will cause me trouble. Germans rushing over to defend what points they can. Shifting units left and right. Trying to get some of them out of a deeper trouble. Also getting a lot of them entrenched, which is definitely going to make the work a lot easier for me to breach through several places. Considerably easier. And again, that's rather a sort of, breaking up units here and there, and basically causing a big mess of things. Nasty attack there. Same here, although that actually took a bit of a chunk out of there. The Panzer Division as they tried to forward across the river. Bit of a nasty maneuver there. Overall, though, they're really digging around Poltava. Unsurprisingly, I suppose. We're basically seeing a large collapse of the front line here in the Germans as they're trying to then neatly rebuild another. course, I need to break through there. Which is ultimately going to result in some heavy losses on my units. Overall got them suppressed, but that's about it. I rather want them a bit more than just suppressed. Preferably dead. And as a veteran, the chances they're just going to quickly replace those losses. I suppose my best hope would be to sort of try and cut off the supply lines, but that's simply not going to cut it either. Much to my frustration. Still got the SS hanging about up there in the north. And there we go. SS Panzer Grenadiers wiped out. Still got some issues to deal with here in the form of the Panzerdivisionen. Doing what I can in terms of damage, though there are limitations to what I can actually pull off currently. Go. A breach of the western front line there. That is not good. At least not for the Germans, but for me it's plenty good. It is plenty good. Rather annoyed with that one. Rather annoyed. Yup, 3 steps recover, so that basically means next turn they're going to be right as rain. And that despite all that I threw at them. There's nothing worse than having to deal with a dug-in Panzer Division, essentially. Even with artillery, it's going to be absolutely atrocious work in trying to get the bastards out of there. In particular, if you somehow can't manage to breach their entrenchment, in which case you are out of luck, essentially. So, ending the turn here. Panzer Division rushing up north, south, to counter the mechanized corps breaching through there. And there we go. Fully reinforced again. An absolute pain in the ass to deal with. Veteran Panzer Grenadier Division made some decent assault there. That's not really what I want to be complimenting, to be honest. And again, now my divisions are apt on my tank corps can't really dent it at all. That's a bit the problem. So now I'm forced to utilise air support in the hopes of whittling them down, and that gets me only limited places. But there we go, albeit, as you might be noticing now, my tank units have seen much better days now. At least some of them have. Others are still looking alright, but my veteran units, which were supposed to be sort of the better ones, are not looking very fine or dandy at the current stage. And of course I'm out of air support track to sort of try and deal with the blighters inside there. That's definitely not aiding the situation. Definitely not. Get you up there, you and you. I need to form up some replacements quickly to other units that might be a bit closer to the front line and thus more beneficial overall to reinforce. But at least making some damn progress. So there we go, ending the turn. Panzerman's rushing off to block my attempt at blocking the bridge and thus the supplies. The vile fiends. Infantry division there in the small pocket. Mechanized corps got wiped out. Not too surprising. Panzerman has lit a nice counter-attack there versus the tank corps. Rather wish I had some semi-reliable options for dealing with dug-in Panzer division, but sadly there are none. Punishing onwards. Can't really do much against those gentlemen, sadly. And there we go. Somehow managed to breach. Even then, though, it's going to be a rather painful experience. A dug-in Panzer division is nothing to take lightly. I can quickly replace the losses here, have them combat ready for the next. Same with you. And you, that's definitely going to be infantry work then. Bashing your heads through that. So there we go, ending the turn. It looks like the Germans are not receiving any reinforcements, which is a small blessing, which that leaves me without too many surprises to handle. Panzer Division needs a nice counter-attack there. That tank corps definitely not a chance. Now seeing the Panzer Division counter-attacking sort of break up the attackers themselves. So not a bad idea. Struck the right place and all that. Doesn't mean they're going to have it easy though. Making some light progress there. Advances. Still got plenty of flesh to spring up. I have reserves, they do not. All such lovely thoughts on strategy and tactics. So there we go. Not really a lot left holding together the entire German front line. There's a few scattered panzer divisions and infantry divisions barely clinging on. Hardly looking good, and several of them are basically getting pocketed at the moment. So ending the turn here. One panzer division trying to escape. Such a cruel and terrible fate. same here, but overall depleting itself in the process. And the same here bit, actually opening up for a nice counterattack. Apparently another spirited attempt at breaking out. Vorwärts, Männer! Zurück! Never mind. Come on. Almost got the prick. There we go. And that should also cut off the remaining supply routes as well, which means the other gentlemen here are living on borrowed time. There we go. In fact, there's only one Panzer division left. That's the 9th. Mostly because they've been stuck holding the bridge. But even now, the supplies are going to be hurting them quite a bit. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, a Soviet victory. Game over and all that. Again, my apologies for the delay in this one's episode, but again, we know we saw, the advantage in basically breaking up your opponent's front line as many possible places as possible, charging forwards, using infantry to take all the horrible losses in an attempt to break up a dug-in Panzer division, although occasionally also using air forces to break up when there aren't any other options, and so on, so on. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and of course, hopefully you'll continue watching, subscribing, sharing with your friends, and all that. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.